Okay, so today is the Hike and Plant event with an organization that is seeking to plant a roughly 2,500 trees down here at Mendes Village, Queenam Road, Siparia or Siparia. And we just arrived. There's going to be a couple other activities taking place, sickle cell screening, eye testing and so on. And people are just arriving as well. People are already parked on that side of the road and also on that side of the road as well. So we're about to start. So the activity is organized by the Fathers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. If you notice the structured locations of the different plants or trees across there, this is some of the stuff that they do. In fact, if you look a little lower down the hill, you'll see evidences of where in the past they have actually done some work on planting trees. In fact, where I'm standing right now, there's additional trees that were planted there, and as you can see from the van, for this activity, there are a couple other trees that they're taking out for the participants to hike. And as far as where they're going to be planting these trees, they said they're going to be planting 2,500 trees. Some of them may be in the back here, and some will be on the hill in the back there. And there's another location that hikers, or an easy hike, not really any kind of strenuous anything, but to go on a little trail to do additional planting in the forest, thus repopulating the trees and the forest life of Trinidad. An interesting plant. I'm not sure what the name of this plant is though. These are olive trees and those are cedar. And pui, that's pui, and this one is mahogany. Cool. Also seen sugar cane. I think that is some kind of a flowering plant. This is the balize. I don't know if this is lemon or lime, but some form of a citrus fruit. Then further down there's mango, and there's more mangoes down there. There's mango trees, different varieties. There's a coconut palm, and of course more sugar cane on this side. There's a sample of many different types of plants around here. Of course there's a banana tree in the back, or fig tree too. Would you believe this seems to be a cotton picking tree, otherwise known as a cotton tree. If you look at the ends, what's coming out of the branches of the tree, it's actually cotton. This is very interesting. Never noticed this before. A cotton tree. And it has a very big bark. So this is one of the cotton that fell to the ground. And close up, this is what the cotton is like. Straight from the tree. Cool.
And I know there are other persons here this morning. We appreciate you coming here, and so we invited everyone on the outside to come and join us here this morning. Thank you kindly.
There's some scouts, different organizations here. Cool.
Women's Health this morning. It's a great opportunity for all of us. Nice, I like how the club stuff we get in here. So, I am asking you to adopt a posture of prayer. However you do it in your space and in your religion, we want to pray, right? The gentlemen, we get to stay in the middle and just flex with everybody.
Good morning, everyone. Morning, everybody. Morning. Yes, that song real good. Firstly, it's a really heartwarming feeling for us from the Fathers Association to see so many men, women, and children here. We've been doing this for a very long time. 15 years ago, to be quite precise. I started this as a young father who wasn't given the opportunity, or at least the fair opportunity, to be a part of his son's life. Today I have that 18-year-old man standing right behind there. Yeah, a little shy. You can feel just now. But I say this to let fathers know. Stand up for your children. Stand up for your seed. Fight for your children. I remember when I was starting this, I got so many naysayers. I am the Vice President of the Foreign News Association Automotive Department as well. And some of the business partners were saying, boy, you're going to be putting your personal business out there. People might laugh at you. But I thought to myself, if I could go on national television and fight for a motor car, I could go and surely fight to be a part of my son's life. Yeah. It was the biggest and the best thing that I ever did. It afforded me the opportunity to see him grow into the man he's grown in today, to see my younger son as well follow in his footsteps, and it has been the most gratifying part of my manhood. It has been the most enjoyable part of my manhood. I think if I missed fatherhood, I would have missed a massive chapter of manhood. So I want to encourage you young boys, embrace fatherhood when it comes to you, because it was always a dream for me when I was your age, because I grew up without a father. So I had, from that time, purpose within myself that nothing in this world will stop me from being a good father. I want to thank the women who came out here to support us. I can't forget the most important support here today from the government. This is the first time I will say we've had government officials come to one of our outdoor events. Not the first time, but the first time for the year, I would say, in representation, however, of the Prime Minister herself. So we want to put our hands together for you for taking the time to come out here to support fatherhood, even though you're a woman. And that's what means even more to us, because that is where we feel celebrated, you know, when our women and children let us know that you value us, that you appreciate us. Being a father is no easy job. I don't want to be long, but I had to be a little lengthy. Being a father is no easy job. These fathers here may not say it, but we know it. We have to protect all you. We have to feed all you. We have to be concerned and not let you all know that we are concerned sometimes, because we can't have you all too anxious. Many of you who live with fathers or in the presence of fathers or have understood any semblance of fathers would know when it's time to lock up the house, who locking up the house, who making sure the back door ain't open, and who, unbeknownst to you, have a plan in case it have fire, in case it have danger, to lay his life down to save everybody in the house. And if for nothing else we must appreciate and value that, today I want to thank you guys for coming out to celebrate Father together with us here in the Fathers Association. Finally, I want when you guys go to plant those trees, plant them as a family. Fathers, if you're here with your sons, plant them in memory of what you're doing here today. So that even when we die and leave, our sons will come with their sons and daughters and remember we planted that tree. Our mission here today is that at some later point in time after planting these trees, we want to return to tag them. So try to mark the spot you plant the tree if you came with your family. If you came with your group, Y farm, mark the spot you plant the trees. Hunter Search and Rescue, mark the spot. The Scout Air Association, mark your spot. The Penal Adventurers, mark your spot. And tag your trees as well. Because we expect that when they bloom in, we can understand the value of the shade they're going to be given them. Whether some of the fathers who are here now may not be there to enjoy it themselves. So, once again, greetings from the Fathers Association. As I said, let this process be a symbolic one to you today. Whereas we understand the value of reforestation and the environmental empowerment, but let it have sentimental value when you put that tree down in the ground today as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Visionary Randall Fields, my friend and brother. Good to be here with you, standing by your side. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving fast. We're going to keep this nice and tight, right? The sun has some vitamins, right, Doctor? Yes, we incorporate the family and wine planting. Tell me, what does Y mean? I know there's an acronym.
We help youth farm.
Oh, that's right. We help youth farm.
Yeah, correct.
Take it away.
All right, so pleasant good morning. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. All protocols being observed. We are definitely happy to be part of this. I just want to be very quick and mention a couple of things as we proceed this morning. Let's take a quick background. Y Farm was started 10 years ago, identifying the need to involve children and youth in agriculture. And our most favorite tagline is, for those of you who may know, who follow us, is plant one tree and you will, anybody can say it? Yeah, one person say it, eat for free. Right, but today, we may not be planting, I don't think there's any fruit trees and stuff, right?
Yes.
Oh, they are? But look at that. Well, perfect. We're going to change up the tagline a little bit today. And one says plant one tree and eventually somebody will shade for free. And that's very important as well too, and obviously keeping the roots and keeping the ground stabilization and everything. But I want to make mention to the National Reforestation and Rehabilitation Watershed Program for allowing us, my team, the opportunity to be able to maintain this entire space that you all are standing on today. It's indeed a pleasure and an honor to be able to have this done. And as on the topic of Father's Day, it will be a remiss of me to not mention my father, who manages this entire project. I'm not seeing him right now. Right? I'm not seeing him right now, but I have to be able to quickly share with everybody, how important it was for me as a child, learning from him to plant one tree. And that has become my entire life journey. I've traveled all around the world, telling people about planting one tree and eating for free, and that will guarantee food security. And of course, we have created the Agriman Adventures comic books, the cartoons, and we continue to promote and inspire and educate and engage young people. So having said that, I want to say thank you to my father, thank you to all the fathers that are out here today, and big up yourself for being here with your kids, with your stepkids, whatever, whoever role you are playing a fathership role for. And last but not least, as my brother Rondell said, plant that tree with purpose, plant that tree with inspiration, that knowing that one day, whether you eat from it, whether you shade from it, somebody will benefit from this tree, and there's a blessing, as in the verses of the Quran mentions that for somebody who plants a tree in this life, when that somebody benefits from it, they will get absolute benefit in the next life for planting that tree. So I want to say thank you very much for having us, and we look forward to having some clean, fun, and purposeful energy today. Thanks.
Our communications team is their wife and the technical team there, and we are part of Hands International. We have a chiropractor in the back there performing free medical massages. All right, and those are physical for fathers and all that good stuff taking place here. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Mr. Felix Celesti.
Thank you. I want to thank Sam because already I said it made it very easy for me to say very little more. So I want to thank and recognize the Honorable Senator Nathalie Shaitan Maharaj for being here with us. On behalf of Hands International, we are pleased to be associated with the Farmers Association in this exercise and in all the exercises going forward. Apart from what Sam has said, who is the project manager for this massive initiative that is being undertaken by HAND from the 21st to the 25th of July, and also around the 21st or the 20th of August. To undertake, let me just say that they had to go to August because we proposed to do at least 2,000 cataract surgeries. And because free cataract surgeries, 2,000 of them, and because of the overwhelming support, we have to separate the two activities. So one will be held in August. It is already, I guess they already subscribed, but I'm sure that additional room will be made to accommodate more people. So once again, I thank, I'm very proud to be associated with the Fathers Association, and we look forward to continue to work with you in the future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Senator the Honorable Natalie Chaitan Maharaj, and please welcome her. She's serving as the Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Family Services, all that good protocol. Please welcome the Honorable Senator Dr. Chaitan Maharaj.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is longer and bigger than I am. I'm sorry. I am originally from Pinal. I grew up here. So every time we get an opportunity and an invitation to come to any event in South, it is always a pleasure for me to come back home. You have to admit the friendliness and the welcome from South people is different. Yes? Happy early Father's Day to everyone here. It is my distinct pleasure to represent my minister, Ms. Vandana Mohit, and our Honorable Prime Minister. Again, it is my honor and my pleasure to represent my minister and my Honorable Prime Minister to bring you their greetings, to bring you their congratulations for the scope and the scale of this event. It is deceptive on the little flyer that you give out. It makes it sound 2,500 trees to plant, which is no small number, but there is so much more going on here. There is so much more significance to what you all are doing here today on all aspects. For Father's Day, it marks the significance that, as said by the Vice President, fathers plant a seed to grow a family. Today in planting your trees, you put down the roots to represent the seed and the roots that a father represents in any family, in any social structure. It is the pleasure of the government, and particularly me in the Ministry representing Family Services and Social Development, to be present with you all and congratulate you all for the insight, for the symbolicism of today's event. I also want to congratulate everyone here and all the different groups for the collaboration. I think I've counted almost a dozen different bodies here present and invited. This is the kind of collaboration and the kind of work that carries our society forward, that ensures that our future for our youth is bright, and everyone who knows me from the campaign trail to now knows that the future of our youth is near and dear to my heart, near and dear to our government's heart. So it is my pleasure to have been invited. I look forward to dipping my hands a little bit and plant a tree. I don't think I've done any planting since my grandmother was alive. So I thank you all, I welcome you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful, prosperous, fruitful, figuratively and literally, day.
Thank you.
So planting mahogany. This one is mahogany, right? Yeah, I think this is a mahogany.
We do and pull hard. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, she's just as formal as men. Is it?
So this is a mahogany tree which was planted by Misha and myself, by the Meg herself and I. And this tree is, let me see, there will be another hole here for another tree. And this is behind the almond tree. So this is quite interesting that this mahogany tree is near to the almond tree. This is will be, as they say, our family tree. So we mark it. It's not too far from the road. It's not too far from the road, right? So when you say the car PBP 7424, you just go to the almond tree and count 2 trees afterwards as the landmark here. But honestly, it's not too far. About 1, 2, and then 3. 3. This is the 3rd tree from the almond tree. So this, they say, is a pui tree, and it's small, it's not too thick. So we're going to be planting this one here. This is 1 tree hole away from the mahogany tree we just planted. So this is a pui tree, and I'm going to plant it right here. So putting it in, and I'm putting the soil. So I think that's stable enough. Just stand a little bit more vertical. Pui tree and the Queenham Road. We just did a mahogany, and this is pui. So we just did our part in planting a tree, the hike and plant event. So this is the pui tree, and not too far from the mahogany tree. Walking distance from the Queenham Road. And over here, what did he call it? Yeah. Can't remember the name, but we'll find out afterwards. But this is what the Amerindians used to use to add flavoring to their meal. It has a nice flower associated with this plant. I'll find out what the name is again a little later. Okay, so all in all, the community that came has basically achieved a goal of planting 2,500 trees. For our part, Misha and I planted 15 of these trees. The first two in zone 1, which is, as I said, it's a mahogany tree not too far from the almond tree there, and also a pui tree. Then we went down the slope. We did 4 more trees, again mahogany and pui, and then we did 8 cedar up on the top of this hill, going all the way to the top. Yeah, so that's our contribution to this event, put on by the Hike and Plant Association and the Fathers of Trinidad and Tobago, FAT. I don't think that has any reference to our weight or looks, but simply the acronym. But it's easy to remember. Awesome day. Lots of people came, fathers, children, even toddlers assisting in this activity. We were in zone 1, and we actually went up to the top of zone 1 as well. Yep, that's it. So a lot of this had taken place on a 5-kilometer mile. We were on the top of that hill, and of course across there is where the rest of that's where the pavilion is, where we did the planting, was just on the right. As you come up this road after the 5-kilometer mark, we go to the right, and that's where you'll find the almond tree and some of the plants that we planted on that side. On the left, just before that tall tree there, and that's where we had done the 4 other plants as well. So the plants that Misha and I planted were what they determined as zone 1. And over here, zone 2, so a shed just at the round of the bend on Mendes Road, Queenham, and others had come here as well and had done their planting. And wow, the scenery out here is really, really neat. Yes, in addition to the various species of trees being planted, there's also natural growth of bamboo in this area here. Wow, look at bamboo. Down the bush, bamboo. There's bamboo here, bamboo there. And as you can see, they've been planting mango, the pui, more mango again. That looks like mahogany. Just different combinations of different types of trees. I think I saw cedar as well, and other names I don't know, to be honest. So everywhere, all around here, was cleared for planting. Going down the hill, and there's lots of holes there still. Persons recently planted, and some will come back to plant again. This is zone 2. If you listen well enough, you could even hear the bamboo talking, basically creaking in response to the wind. Well, not right now, but it was earlier. While all this activity taking place, One is cutting sugar cane in the back. So the Hike and Plant TT event in association with the Fathers Association of Trinidad and Tobago has basically just ended. We had some fish broth along with some jira chicken, right? Which was all prepared by people, by the organizers of the event as well, with of course lots of drinks, water, juice, you know, whatever people want to drink, and it was more than enough for everyone. All right, so just still wrapping up. Some people are still eating their fish broth. Many people have left already. People came from as far as Erin to going all the way to Port of Spain and beyond, right? And all the way from the east as well. The event was a good one. Lots of trees planted, as seen in the background here, right? Trees. In fact, it's more than trees. It's 4s and 5s and more. So have a great one. Have a great Father's Day, and of course continue to preserve the environment. And again, thank you for my daughter Misha for inviting me to come to this event.